Hey guys, so it's me, Jerica, and I'm with the lovely,
Lovely. Hello, everyone.
I with the lovely Ed Couture, aka Leroy Jenkins, right?
In the past, yeah.
So, okay, Ed, tell me a little bit about yourself
Well,
and you growing up.
My name is Ed Couture. I'm 56 years old. I am an autism advocate. The co-founder of the motivational speaking company for advocates, Hurdle, who basically go out and we make the world better by informing the world all about autism and people with autism or related disabilities. And I am proud to say that I am an advocate. I'm only been diagnosed for about probably 7 or 8 years now. When I was younger, we didn't know what autism was. We thought I was just slow.
Mhm.
Um, People were wondering because I have a genius IQ why I was being bullied. I mean, why I was taking classes at a high school and college level in fourth grade right before I went to special ed.
All right.
They couldn't understand it. It was kind of strange. They just thought I was a quirky genius at the time, but I was bullied a lot about it because
Mhm.
people didn't understand me. And once I grew up and was old enough to understand, I made it my point that I would be an anti-bullying campaign all my life, and I would show the world that everybody is special no matter who they are.
All right. So, what did you feel like made you quirky in a sense?
Well, autistic people, for one, have a tendency to um, hyper focus on topics and talk and obsess with these topics over and over. For me, it was the music of the time. I love 80s music like there's no end, and I would talk about it nonstop. It was magic. I used to be like severely into magic. Um, Professional wrestling, I would talk about that all the time to the point where people tell me keep stop talking about it. And mathematics, I can do crazy, stupid math in my head,
Mhm.
and I would be just doing random numbers in my head, just sitting there talking. And people, what are you doing? I said, I'm just figuring out something, and they had no clue how I was doing it.
Oh, wow. So, in terms of like the math, like have you done anything with the math, like in terms of
I was a casino dealer.
okay.
I was a casino dealer for many years. Because of my math skills, they used me in the high limits room, even though my social skills weren't that great.
Hmm.
They were good enough to, I could still, I was old enough where I was at the level I can still function as, I was about probably 40.
Okay.
No, wasn't 40. No, forget, back that up. I was probably in my 30s. So I was at the level of about a 16-year-old.
Okay.
But I was able to, talk to people, but I could do complex mathematics in my head, like bets that were off the charts that people had to get calculated for. I would do them
Mhm.
in my head.
Oh, wow. So is that why you went into you said it was dealing?
Dealing, but the main reason I went into casino life is every job I've had, except for I think one, I've been either playing games or having fun, and that's
Yeah.
all my life.
Right.
Casino dealer. I've worked as a professional wrestler. I've worked as a clown. I've worked in all the theme parks.
Mhm.
Studied improv comedy. I actually majored in accounting and got so bored that I had to stop after like a semester or two. I couldn't take it.
Oh, wow.
Um,
What made you so the accounting, why did you feel like it was boring?
it was too organized,
Gotcha.
and organization is not my strong suit at all. I'm a free spirit.
That's fair. I know we've done a lot together, so definitely free spirit. Yeah.
Yep.
We're both alike in that sense.
Well, I
So,
think one of the things growing up that really helped me
mm,
more than anything else was having a sister with Down syndrome,
right.
and
And
she was my best friend in the world. But I saw the difficulty she was having,
mhm,
and I saw that her difficulties were 10 times worse than mine. So it made mine feel not as bad, feel like I was more normal.
right.
Uh, so I didn't even bother even getting it checked. And again, at that time, they didn't really know what autism was. They knew what Down syndrome was. They knew what being quote unquote mentally retarded was.
Hmm. But
Uh,
and so how was she older or younger?
she's older. She's 2 years older.
Okay.
Um, all three of us, the three siblings, were adopted.
Oh,
Her and her sister were actual natural sisters. They got adopted together,
okay.
and I got adopted when I was 3 months. 3 years earlier. I'm 3 years younger than them, and I got adopted 3 years later than that.
Okay. And how was that process of like being adopted and having ready-made siblings and stuff?
I didn't know until for years
Oh,
that I
wow.
was adopted.
Mm,
Uh, I didn't. I just thought they were mom and dad. I never knew until probably I was about 12, and I saw something on adoption. And
okay.
my parents always said, "You're adopted because you're special." And
Oh,
yeah, so Excuse me, I had to bend over a little bit from the back. Um, I always knew I was special, but I have a massive story about adoption that it'll make you cry if you have time. It's about a 2 minute story.
Yeah, go
Um,
ahead.
I was adopted when I was thinking I was 6 months old when I was first moved into the family I'm with.
Hmm.
I was adopted later on, but they knew I was gifted, but they also knew I was slow mentally, some like socially.
Right.
But again, they had no clue what it was.
Okay.
Father was very well off. He was a carpenter,
Hmm.
self-made carpenter, made very good money. We wanted for nothing growing up. I had a great life. We wanted for nothing.
Right.
At the time I became a casino dealer, I was working there for years. Age 30, my mother passed away.
Wow.
Um, Dad said, "Okay, we know you're a little slow, but we're gonna try to see let you go live on your own because it's time for you to learn."
Hmm.
So he sent me out on my own. I got a job in Seattle as a casino supervisor.
Oh,
Got up there, and they said, "You got the job, but you need $1,000 for gaming work."
okay.
No problem at all. I'll call Dad. Dad made good money.
Hmm.
Called my dad up, and Dad was away on a cruise.
Okay.
I couldn't get a hold of him. Found out later on that he was on the cruise because he found out he was dying,
Oh my
and he
gosh.
wanted to go away. And he ended up dying of cancer before I could get a hold of him again.
Oh my gosh.
Um, yeah. So
That must have been
uh,
hard.
it was hard, but I couldn't get the money for that job. I couldn't find another job. I ended up being homeless for 2 years, living on the streets of Seattle, Washington.
Oh wow.
It was a hard life. I went schizophrenic.
Hmm.
Then one day, I started hearing voices in my head. The voices were saying, "Ale, ale, lama sabachthani,"
Hmm.
which is Hebrew for my God, why have you forsaken me?" Which
Hmm.
is what Jesus said on the third day after being buried.
Oh wow.
So I knew something religious was in my head, and I was always a very religious person. My father was Roman Catholic to the hilt. I was a
Hmm.
very religious person growing up. So I said, "Okay, I want to find God in my life again." I went to the homeless mission there that I used my time up in. I said, if I work in the church here, or if I work in the kitchen, can I stay here?
Right.
They said, "We've always liked you, so we'll let you work in the kitchen, and for your pay, we'll let you stay here for free."
Right.
So I did that for about a year. There was a lunch lady in the kitchen every day, or about 3 to 4 days a week. She took me under her wing. She said, "You know what? When you're adopted, I'm adopted too. We're going to try to find your natural family." Now, this is before the internet,
Hmm.
so it was quite difficult. So we looked into things, and nothing really happened from it. But she was still praying with me every day. She was by my side. I was there for about a year after that, and then a friend of mine who was in the mission, his mother sent him 2 tickets to come to Florida to work at
Okay.
Universal Studios
Hmm.
because she was a hiring there, and she said she would hire the two of us. So he took me down to Florida with him. Got down there and got hired there, and everything's going great. I worked at Universal for like 6 years.
Hmm.
Got burnt out there. I worked at Disney for 2 years. I worked at SeaWorld for 2 years.
Oh.
Um, while I was at SeaWorld, or was it Disney? I think while I was at Disney, I got an email. My natural sister found me after 40 something years.
Oh my gosh.
Now, I was amazed, but I didn't think it was from, praying. I thought it was just coincidence.
Hmm.
She sent me tickets to go see her. I looked at the tickets and it was in Seattle, Washington.
Oh wow. So they were
She
still in
was
Seattle.
one block. She was one block away from the homeless mission.
Wow.
And more amazing, she was the lunch lady.
Oh, the one that you met? No.
Yes,
Oh
she
wow.
was
Oh my
my sister.
gosh. That's crazy.
That freaked me out. She
I'm
found out like a
sure.
year, a year earlier, but she wasn't positive. She said, "There's no way it's going to be true." So she did research. She didn't want to tell me about it. And she found out it was me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So we had a great time there. And coming home, I was said, I got to find God again in my life. And then
Mhm.
at the airport, I met two Mormon missionaries. I liked what they had to say. I came home. There were two more Mormon missionaries waiting at the airport. I said, I got to talk to someone else again. Now I've been Mormon for 11 years. But
Oh,
my story is a bunch of miracles. I'm actually writing a book now called "Thank You for Telling Me No," because of all the stories I've had in my life and all the people
mm.
that told me I can't do it or nothing will happen. I'm going to
Right.
prove them wrong.
So
And
your book is about like just different stories in your life.
yes, and
And when are
people who
you,
told me no, you can't do it.
so when are you planning on having that out?
Oh, I've got a lot more writing to do.
Okay.
I want to go up to near my death.
Okay.
My health isn't the greatest right now, but I
Mm-hmm.
want to go. I've got probably the first 30 or 35 years of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I still got about 20 years to write about.
Nice.
Pretty much all my Florida life I have to write about.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I've been a college basketball player. I've been a professional wrestler. I've worked for the government.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've worked as a factory worker. I've worked as a clown. I've worked uh, for American Idol at Disney. I've done many different jobs, most of them all entertainment, but I did most of them because people told me I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
didn't have the social skills to do it. I didn't have the smarts to do it. And
right.
I
And
kind of proved them wrong. I proved that autism is just a different way of thinking. Not a, I am not handicapped. I am handicapable. I've always said that.
right.
I think differently, but I use it to my advantage a lot. There's a lot of advantages.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you one advantage. For about maybe 3 years, from about 2000 and I want to say 2000 and maybe 14 to 2017 or 18,
Mm-hmm.
a group of four of us autistic people used to go to a trivia night every Tuesday and Thursday night, and we'd win 90% of the time. Basically, we all had specialized skills that we used,
Mm-hmm.
and we thought we were cheating because we were like, no one knows that much. They said, you don't
Mm-hmm.
know autism. And it really makes you think differently. It makes you super smart. It makes you slow in some things, but also makes you super smart.
Right, right.
Basically the definition of autism almost is enhancing one side of the brain.
Right, right. So, I mean, I know we've kind of talked about we have that kind was it a similar path in terms of people telling us no um and how we've always pushed forward. Like how would you like what would you say like to someone or maybe your older self, like what would be like one piece of advice that you would ask or tell them?
No spelled backwards is on.
Hmm.
It's on. You say
Right.
no, I say on.
Right, right.
Um, I one thing I would say is be realistic though.
Right.
You're not going to do everything in the world.
Hmm.
You're not going to be treated like everyone. I mean, I hope to be treated equally. And I've always said this, and every time I talk to people about autism, we want to be treated like everybody else. But if
Right,
we're
right.
treated the same as everybody else, we're going to die. We're
Hmm.
going to be overstimulated. We have a different way of thinking. We need to be approached differently.
Right.
But that doesn't mean we can't do it. It just
Hmm.
means that there's going to be alternate ways of doing it. So
Exactly.
be prepared. Anybody out there who is autistic, be prepared to be told no.
Hmm.
Be prepared to fight your battle, but also prepared to understand people. I mean, some people, I wouldn't say ignorant is the right word, but some people are uneducated about autism.
Hmm.
They still think the R word when it
Right.
comes to autism, and it's not that case anymore.
Yeah, it's definitely farthest
Uh,
from the truth.
yeah, there is a great place, and I can't remember the name of it right top of my head now, that hires only autistic people, so they can get the equality they need
Is it
with the support.
the one that we were looking at before?
I don't know. I think I sent you guys a link on it.
Yeah, where they do the shirts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing they do, but they also cook. They also do other things.
Um,
Um,
I was
but be
looking them up
positive
really quickly.
about
Hmm?
it. Basically, I want to tell people don't take things personally. I say there are bullies out there, but the majority of people just don't understand,
Right.
and majority of people are good people. Um, Maybe help educate them, learn. That's one thing. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself, but
No, you're good.
one thing I'd like to tell people who are autistic is to learn about autism.
Right.
You can't just say I'm autistic and then period, and then leave next subject. Learn about what you have. Learn about how you can make yourself stronger. Um, I like these a quick parable. I know you're gonna be running out of time soon, but
No, you're good. Oh, I just really want I really quickly I want to plug them so that we could put it in the link below. It's called
okay,
Spectrum Designs Foundation. So I'll put it down in the link below to plug them
okay.
out.
I think there was another one I was thinking of, but I will look
Oh,
into it and
sorry.
I'll let you
Okay.
know. But I love to quote this to people. Kenny Rogers, the greatest. I
Mm.
don't know if you've ever heard that song, but
He has several songs. Which one?
the greatest.
Oh, The Greatest. Sorry. I think so. You have to sing it for me.
Well, he basically sings a song about it's an old parable about the boy who thinks he's the greatest baseball player in the world.
Oh, okay.
And he goes to mom. He says, "Mommy, watch this." And he goes out in the field. He brings his ball. He brings his bat. He says, "I'm the greatest." And he throws the ball up in the air. Strike one. He looked down. He said, "Okay, mommy, I'm still the greatest." Picks the ball up. Strike two. He's looking a little dejected, but he says, "Okay, I can do this." And finally, "Mommy, I'm the greatest." Strike three. Now the mother's looking a little down a little bit, so she goes out to see the boy. And the boy has the ball in his hand. He's smiling from like ear to ear. And
Mm,
the mother said, "Son, I know you tried your hardest." "Mommy, did you see what I just did? I just struck out the greatest hitter of all time on three pitches. So
right.
now I'm the greatest pitcher of all time too." So if you love something, if you're passionate about something and you struggle with it a little bit, find something about it that you are good at, or
Right.
and then work with it. Um, that's to me autism. Find your strengths, work on your weaknesses, and always be a better person. And I
Awesome.
know this isn't really a religious platform, but to me, keep God in your life.
Amen.
Keep whatever God you have, keep him in your life.
Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you, Ed. I loved it. All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Thanks, guys. See you.